important for him than substance?
I think appearance was super important to him, and it was the appearance not just of himself, but of everybody and the whole big picture. And he wanted to portray this big picture and everything. It was like you had to always look nice. It mattered to him so much. It almost became more important than anything else. I think he was so concerned about what other people thought of the outside that he just lost focus that it's really the inside that needs more care.
Hey friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. The Big Tell-All episode aired more than a week ago, marking the end of Season 19. Although there's talk about a Season 20, I'm honestly not sure how it will turn out. A lot of viewers have lost interest in the story, especially since Kody and Robyn are still a major part of it. Many people find their presence off-putting, and to be honest, I understand why. It feels like the show has lost its purpose. It reminds me a lot of what happened with Little People, Big World. That show seemed to go on far past its prime, just creating content to stay on air. Eventually, most of the family left, and only a couple of people remained. Then they wanted to leave too, and the show finally ended. Sister Wives is starting to feel the same. No one from the family has officially quit yet, so production keeps going. The ratings are still there, and the family still seems willing to film, but the concept has changed so much. How do you even continue a show called Sister Wives when there are no sister wives left? One thing Christine mentioned during the tell-all really stood out. She said that after Robyn entered the picture, Kody began caring a lot more about how the family looked, their appearance. He became obsessed with Robyn looking polished all the time. Her kids always had to be neatly dressed, too. That same pressure seemed to be put on everyone else. It's kind of ironic, because when the show first began, Kody wasn't exactly wealthy or stylish. Sure, he drove a flashy Lexus, but the rest of the family was struggling with old, broken-down cars. Back then, Kody acted like he cared about deeper values. But once Robyn came into his life, his behavior changed. He used to say he liked curvy women, but it became obvious that he preferred thinner women. He was clearly smitten with Robyn, who, at the time, looked like she belonged in a fashion ad. I was told by someone who did the family's hair and makeup for their first People magazine shoot that Robyn actually redid her hair completely after it was styled professionally. Apparently, she wanted it exactly the way Kody liked it. During that same shoot, Kody wouldn't stop praising her. He kept calling her his supermodel wife, and made her spin around so he could admire her outfit and hair. The person who shared this with me said it felt uncomfortable, especially since the other wives were in the same house. It seemed like Kody only cared about Robyn's looks, ignoring how the other women might feel. Christine's comments make even more sense now. Shortly after Robyn joined the family, the show began focusing on the other wives' weight. Janelle, in particular, had to go through public wins and health criticism. But Kody was never put through anything like that. It felt like the women were being judged unfairly while he stood by, untouched by the same expectations. If she kept her current weight, sure, there might be some health concerns, but personal trainers aren't medical experts. And honestly, those scenes always seemed really disrespectful to Janelle. It felt like maybe she didn't even want to go through all that publicly. Was it really necessary for the world to know her exact weight? And then Robyn would be in the same episodes, usually weighing the least, and she'd make comments like, "It's so hard being skinny." She even claimed Kody wasn't into thin women, always saying he liked curvy ones. But based on how things played out, that didn't seem true at all. Janelle also had to write blogs about her weight loss for TLC, which came across as humiliating. Maybe she wanted to focus on her health, but it looked more like Kody was using it to push a storyline. It started to feel like the wives were being pressured to compete with Robyn. Over the years, their weights changed, which is totally normal, but the show made it feel like Robyn was the standard everyone else had to reach. That's not fair. Kody had been with these women for years. He should have loved them as they were, regardless of their size. Whether someone is a size 4 or a 14 shouldn't matter. What counts is who they are inside. Christine even said something similar early on. Later, Christine opened up more, saying Kody always cared about appearances. He liked how Robyn and her kids were always dressed up, and that made the other women feel ignored. Christine admitted, it hurt her self-esteem. She never felt good enough. Then, out of nowhere, Kody wrote a book with his wives and said something really cruel that when he first met Christine, he felt disgusted because she was a little overweight and eating nachos. He claimed that moment made him question if he even wanted to marry her. What's shocking is that he said all of this while sitting next to Janelle, who at the time was also overweight. Imagine how she felt hearing that. She had carried and raised 6 of his kids, and now she had to sit there while he talked about being grossed out by another wife for her body. That had to be painful. It's been clear for a long time that Kody only had real interest in Robin. It didn't matter how often he said he liked curvier women. His actions showed he preferred Robin and always treated her like she was special. In a 2023 podcast, he even said meeting Robin felt like winning a prize. He described her as his Diesel Jeans model, clearly obsessed with how she looked. Whether you think Robin is attractive or not, the point is that Kody made her out to be the ideal and treated everyone else like they didn't measure up. He didn't just treat her differently, he did the same with some of his kids. Even Tony, while watching an episode on Patreon, made a comment about Kody that might not have liked, but it felt truthful. Christine's daughter Aspen was clearly treated as the favorite by Kody. And not because of her personality, achievements, or how she treated others. It was simply because she always looked polished, she wore makeup, fixed her hair, and dressed well. He didn't choose her as a favorite because of kindness, intelligence, or character, but just based on her looks. That's troubling, especially coming from a parent. He even made her seem better than the other kids, just because she looked the way he preferred. There were also signs he felt the same about Isabel, another one of Christine's daughters. Some people think one of the reasons he didn't support her having surgery was because he didn't want her to have a scar. It was as if he believed that a mark on her body would somehow ruin her appearance. Isabel is tall, blonde, and beautiful, and it really looked like Kody favored the daughters who fit a certain image, slim, tall, and traditionally pretty. Tony pointed out something very disturbing that McKelty, another daughter, admitted she never felt like his favorite. The only time she received special attention from Kody was when she had to step in and act as a go-between after Christine left him. She helped with visits and communication regarding Truly, and during that brief time, she became useful to him. That was the only moment she felt seen by her father. This raises serious concerns. When a parent treats children differently because of their looks, it creates an unhealthy environment. Christine talked to Suki in the tell-all, explaining that everything became about appearances. How someone looked mattered more than who they were inside. That kind of thinking spreads through a family. If the wives are competing with each other over who is more attractive, that pressure is going to land on the children too. When a parent focuses too much on a child's physical appearance, it can lead to serious emotional damage. Children might feel they aren't good enough. They could start struggling with body image, develop anxiety, depression, or eating disorders. It's a dangerous and toxic pattern. And with Kody, it seemed very clear that he wanted his family to look a certain way. Look at Robin's daughters, Aurora and Brina. They are always perfectly styled on camera. Nice clothes, curled hair, and full makeup. They're thin and beautiful. And it's almost as if Kody only wanted the perfect version of a family on display. This kind of behavior, ranking daughters based on how attractive they are, is deeply disturbing. It's not loving. It's not fatherly. It's objectifying. McKelty may not have expected Tony to speak out about it, but it's a good thing he did. It confirms what many people have felt, that Kody's attitude toward women, including his own daughters, is not healthy. Even worse, while he was so focused on Robin's beauty, many fans feel she has the harshest personality, manipulative, and self-centered. Meanwhile, the women who were loyal and kind were treated like they didn't matter, just because they didn't fit his image of perfection. Kody tossed aside genuine love and devotion for someone who, in his eyes, looked the best. And while he claims he wouldn't do polygamy again, many believe if he could gather a group of women who looked exactly like Robin, he'd do it in a heartbeat. So what do you think? Is it okay for a father to treat his children differently based on how they look? Is it normal to have favorites because of appearance? And what does Kody's obsession with looks say about his values? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching.